Most people in their 20s think getting rich is about finding the perfect opportunity. It's not. And the seventh thing I'm going to show you today is the exact reason most people stay stuck for years without realizing it. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. Society teaches you to accept average. It hands you a path that looks safe. Go to school, get a degree, find a stable job, buy a car you can't afford, marry by 28, have kids, pay off a mortgage until you're 60, and then one day you wake up at 35 and wonder where the time went. Your 20s are not a warm-up. They're the most valuable decade you'll ever have. Not because you're young, but because every decision you make right now compounds for the next 40 years. So let's talk about what actually separates the people who get rich in their 20s from everyone else. No fluff, no fake millionaire energy, just the truth. 1. Most people never choose a direction. They just drift. They wake up, scroll, work, scroll, sleep. They take whatever job pays the bills. They date whoever is around. They live wherever life drops them. And drifting feels normal because everyone around them is drifting too. But here's the problem. The current of average life is strong. If you don't actively row, it pulls you somewhere you didn't choose. And by the time you notice, you're 32 with golden handcuffs and a life that doesn't feel like yours. Rich people in their 20s pick a direction early. Not a perfect one, just a direction. Because a wrong direction can be corrected. A drifting life cannot. 2. They stop chasing every shiny opportunity. This is the trap of the modern internet. You see one person making money with crypto, another with dropshipping, another with AI tools, another with real estate. So you jump from thing to thing. You buy 3 courses, you start 4 side hustles. You quit them all in 6 weeks. The system rewards focus. Average people reward distraction. You don't need 10 income streams in your 20s. You need one thing that works. One skill. One business. One craft you commit to long enough for it to actually pay you. Most people never reach the top of any mountain because they keep switching mountains. 3. They build a skill the market actually pays for. Here's a hard truth. The world doesn't pay you for being a good person, or for working hard, or for showing up on time. The world pays you for solving problems other people can't solve themselves. So look at what makes real money in this economy. Sales, marketing, writing, coding, building, negotiating, selling on the internet, creating content, designing things people actually want to buy. These aren't sexy, they're not viral, but they're the boring skills that quietly create wealth while everyone else is chasing dopamine. Think about it this way. A guy who can write words that make strangers buy things will never go broke. A guy who can close a sale on a phone call will always have options. A girl who can build a clean website in a weekend will never need permission from a boss. Pick one. Get genuinely good at it. Give it 2 years of real focus, not 2 months. That single decision will out-earn every side hustle you'll ever try. 4. They understand leverage. This is where it gets interesting, because 2 people can work the exact same number of hours and end up in completely different financial universes. Why? Leverage. A waiter trades 1 hour for 1 paycheck. A creator records 1 video and gets paid by it for years. A coder writes software once and sells it 1,000 times. A business owner builds systems that earn money while they sleep. Nobody wakes up thinking about making you rich. You have to build the machine yourself. In your 20s, you should be obsessed with one question. How do I stop trading time for money? Because as long as your income depends on your hours, there's a hard ceiling on your life. 5. They take action before they feel ready. Average people wait. They wait for confidence. They wait for the perfect plan. They wait for the economy to be better, their skills to be sharper, their fear to be smaller. It never happens. Confidence is not something you find before you start. It's something you earn after you start. The first video you post will be bad. The first product you sell will be ugly. The first conversation you have with a client will be awkward. That's the price of admission. The people winning right now are not smarter than you. They're not more talented. They just started before they felt ready, and they kept going while everyone else was still planning. You can spend a year reading every book on business and learn less than you would from 1 month of actually trying. The market is the only real teacher. Everything before that is a rehearsal nobody asked you to do. But here's where most people completely misunderstand money. They think wealth is about how much you make. It's not. It's about how much time you can buy back. A guy earning $200,000 a year working 70 hours a week with a $5,000 a month lifestyle is more trapped than a guy earning $80,000 working 30 hours with no debt and real savings. Money without freedom is just a fancier cage. Most people don't realize this until they finally get the promotion they wanted and feel absolutely nothing. Once you understand this, everything changes. You stop chasing income for the sake of income. You start designing a life around what you actually want your days to feel like. 6. They learn to delay gratification without becoming miserable. This is the part nobody likes to hear. Your 20s require choices most of your friends won't make. While they're buying the new phone, you're investing the difference. While they're financing a car they can't afford, you're driving something boring. While they're going out 4 nights a week, you're spending 2 of those building something. But here's the part the gurus get wrong. This isn't about suffering. It's about trading short-term dopamine for long-term freedom. You don't have to live like a monk. You just have to stop spending like a fool. Because every dollar you waste in your 20s isn't just a dollar lost. It's the compound version of that dollar. 20 years from now, the small purchase you skip today could have been a real chunk of an investment account. You don't become rich because of one lucky moment. You become rich because you stop wasting years. 7. And this is the one almost nobody talks about. The people you spend time with quietly decide your financial future. Not because they hand you money, but because they shape what you believe is normal. If everyone around you complains about their boss, you'll complain about yours. If everyone around you finances cars, you'll finance one too. If everyone around you thinks investing is risky, you'll think it's risky too. You won't even notice it happening. That's the dangerous part. You'll just slowly absorb their ceiling and call it your own. Your environment is louder than your ambition. This doesn't mean you abandon your friends. It means you become careful about who you let influence your standards. You read what serious people read. You watch what they watch. You quietly upgrade the voices in your head. Because in 10 years, you will not be the person you wanted to be. You'll be the average of the 5 people, podcasts, and ideas you spent the most time around. So let's bring this all together. You don't get rich in your 20s by finding one magic opportunity. You get rich by stacking small decisions that most people are too distracted to make. You pick a direction. You stop chasing every shiny object. You build a skill the market pays for. You learn leverage. You start before you feel ready. You delay gratification without becoming bitter. And you carefully protect the environment that shapes your mind. None of this is fast. None of this is exciting. None of this will trend on a feed. But this is how it actually happens. Most people will not do these things. They'll keep waiting. They'll keep drifting. They'll keep telling themselves they have time. And one day, they'll be 40, wondering how the people who started right next to them ended up so far ahead. Your 20s are either where you build momentum or where you accidentally build regret. The decade is shorter than it feels. The compounding starts the moment you decide it does. So before you close this video and go back to scrolling, I want to ask you one honest question. What's the biggest thing currently keeping you from building wealth? Be specific. Be real. Write it down somewhere, even if it's just in the comments. Because the first step to fixing a problem is naming it out loud. And the moment you name it, you finally have something to fight.